Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me, reviewing Married at First Sight UK season 9 episode 14. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below if you watched this episode and you're not just watching the show through my reviews. Let me know if you went through an emotional roller coaster like I did, because wow, what was this episode? Not that it was crazy like whatnot, but the things that I thought were going to be bad weren't bad. The things that I thought were going to be good weren't good. And then they all flipped and it was a lot. But let's get into it. The last new couple who is added to the experience is Shannon and Ryan. Where is Shannon from? Because the way that they spelled her name was interesting. It was like Sionien. That can't be an English name, is it? Anyways, the experts off the bat are like, at face value, one would think that these two would not be compatible. And I said, oh Lord, here we go.
I live in Manchester. I'm from a council estate. I work for the council as a bin man. I've been single now 4 years. Being a dad is incredible. I was 22 when I was first diagnosed with bladder cancer. I'm not ashamed to say I struggled. I think it's made me more of a man. My usual type would have to be green or blue eyes. I want someone that I can have fun with, that's not going to take life too serious.
I would describe myself as a good time.
I am quite alternative. Take a nice big deep breath in.
I can be quite sassy when I need to be. I'm so bad at picking men. All I attract is fuckboys. My mum is part of my friend group. She is an angel. I was a daddy's girl when I was younger. He would do anything for me and my sister. He just was like, yeah, I've been diagnosed with cancer.
You mean to tell me you put somebody who is in remission from bladder cancer with someone who has lost their father from cancer? Me personally, I would sue for emotional damage. What? When I was watching that, my jaw was on the floor. And mind you, my friend had already called me to be like, girl, did you watch the episode? I don't have words. Imagine if this was something that was super triggering for her and then the experts do that. I would actually sue. I wouldn't actually sue, but I would sue. What the heck? And on top of that, she's like, yeah, I tend to go for, or I have gone for FBoys, and I'm actually really jaded from love because of them. They've really done me dirty and stuff like that. And then you're going to get somebody who looks like the quintessential FBoy. Oh my gosh. I must also say, this season, if I'm not mistaken, has the most people with kids. Because so far we got him. The guy from the last episode has 4 kids. Holly has kids. Rochelle has kids. Ross has kids. I swear somebody else has, there's a lot of kids. I mean, it happens, but I'm like, wow, it's a larger number than usual. Or maybe I just haven't been paying attention. I don't know. It probably could be the latter. Anyways, fast forward to the wedding. He is concerned that his appearance would be a little off-putting because he tends to get stereotyped as an F-boy. And the friends are like, she's not gonna like this. Well, they weren't wrong.
How's it going?
Not bad, are you?
Good, thank you.
She's very pretty, yeah.
Very pretty. I think potentially high maintenance. All looks and no substance. What am I doing, guys?
Shannon's reaction is cold.
He reminds me a lot of my exes. He just looks like a player.
I'm worried Shannon doesn't like me.
Now, can I be honest? Okay, can I be honest? I personally thought it was a little bit rich for Shannon to say that the way that he looked was a little concerning because he kind of looks like an F-boy and whatnot. And I was looking at her And I'm like, well, you kind of suit. I feel like the things that they could say about him, people could say the female version about you based on aesthetics alone. So I was like, baby, I don't think you got much of a foot to stand on when it comes to his aesthetic. Like, you kind of match. I'm not going to say too much on the dress because your body, your choice, baby. You could wear whatever the hell you want to wear on your wedding day. But I was like, you saying a lot, but y'all both got an edgy look to you that actually suits, genuinely suits. If I saw these two in the street, I would have thought, yeah, makes sense. Now, I wonder what she would have preferred to see at the end of the aisle. Maybe she wanted a clean cut guy. And the funny thing is, he is like clean cut. The only thing about him that makes me think, oh, potentially an F-boy is the tattoos. But when he's in a suit and whatever, the only tattoos that you can see are the ones on his hands. Outside of that, I'm like, I mean, the man is put together, you know, he does some good grooming. And she was like, oh, high maintenance. Girl, you want to have a problem with everything, don't you? Like, he looks fine. He looks like a guy that she would, well, that's the problem. The problem is he looks like a guy that she would date, so. I also didn't like the fact that she couldn't even fake, she should be fake. No, she shouldn't be fake, but being cold on somebody's wedding day, like it's his wedding day too. And she was so cold to him. Like, I felt bad. He knew off rip, oh, she does not like me. Like, And it's not even because he's unattractive. It's just that he is what she's used to. And she didn't want that. Like, that's gotta suck. And they gotta go through, you know, the rest of the the rest of the ceremony being like, yeah, this is awkward. The kiss, horrid. Like, every time she kissed him, she wanted to, like, push him away. Like, just, okay, we're done. Well, what can you do? You like what you like. And she didn't like this at first. Anyways, I low-key was kind of feeling for her because it was like bomb after bomb when it comes to Ryan. So he is a garbage man. She had her reservations about that. She's never dated a garbage man before. I mean, that's kind of niche. I don't think that's like a common thing. Like, oh yeah, I've dated like 3 of those. Like, that's not that common. So of course, it's going to be a new thing to her. Then she learns that he's a dad. Now, funnily enough, him being a dad actually works in his favor. She's not upset at that. And then the cancer thing comes up and I'm like, Lord, this girl can't catch a break.
So what did you ask to see at the end of the aisle?
I was expecting something different.
Okay. If she didn't fancy me at the start, it's sort of difficult then? You're close to your parents, or you said, didn't you?
My dad's dead.
Oh, did he pass away? Oh, your dad had cancer?
Yeah, lung cancer.
Oh, really? I had cancer in the past.
Oh, have you? You're fine now?
Yeah, of course. You know what I mean, there's bigger things in the world happening.
Yeah. I've been through similar things with my dad. There is emotional depths to him that have surprised me.
Honey, talk about a plot twist, okay? Talk about a plot twist. Who knew him being a dad was going to be a green flag for her? Not that being a dad is a red flag, but a lot of people, they're not really keen on walking into being a step parent right away. She said that because he's a father, she assumes that he has an emotional maturity that's refreshing for her. So that's great. And then because she has history with caring for somebody with cancer, him being in remission is something that she can actually relate to. So she's okay with that as well. And I said, well, would you look at that? I guess the experts were right. At face value, you would think, don't know. But as you peel back the layers, there's something there. This could have gone left. I'm sorry. I feel like these people are gambling this year. They're really gambling. But luckily for Ryan, Shannon is with it. You know, she just needed a second. She needed to warm up to him. And, you know, you can't really judge a book by its cover. He seems like a good guy. So on to the original couple. Actually, no, before the original couples, Hannah and Steven, they're going to the DR for their honeymoon. And then that's all we see of them getting the letter that they're going to the DR. Y'all should have save that footage for something else, okay? But back to the OG couples, we have Emma and Casper. They're basically roommates at this point. I don't understand why they're still here. I genuinely don't understand why they're still here. Their friends come in and they have to rehash the whole honeymoon debacle. It's just, we're going in circles.
Doesn't fancy me.
You should never say to someone, a woman,
That you don't fancy her?
I've never fancied curvy women.
that's not a nice thing to say, Casper.
No, I'm fully aware.
Yeah.
That was poor delivery. You can't say that. And I wouldn't have a husband say that to any of my fucking friends.
No.
Do we have to rehash this all over again?
Please do.
We're still trying to recover from that place, I suppose.
Basically, the attraction wasn't there.
So Emma's friends thought that it was not a nice thing for Casper to say that he is not into curvy women. Me personally, I don't think that it's not a nice thing to say. I think it's not a nice thing to hear if you are a curvy person. But to say like, oh, that's not nice to say, I don't think it's not nice to say. How he said it wasn't the best. So yeah, how he said it was quite off-putting. But if that's how you feel, that's how you, listen, I got a type too. If you're not big, black, bald, and bearded, it's gonna take me a second to want to get with it, okay? So it is what it is. You like what you like. You can frame it a different way, and I think that Casper needs to work on that. As we saw on his wedding day or whatever, even how he talks to his sister, it's like, okay, so delivery, like delivery is something that we can work on for sure. But to say that him not being into curvy women is not a nice thing to say, nah, please. So they get separated. Each person in the couple gets to talk to their friends. And at this point, to me, I'm like, why are we even trying to salvage this relationship? To me, it's dead in the water. It's true that a friendship exists between these two, but do I see anything developing beyond that? No, I really don't. Casper says that attraction has been growing for him, and there are some times when he thinks about kissing her. He doesn't kiss her, he thinks about kissing her. Yo, if I was Emma, get me out of there. Why? This is dumb. And she's like, well, you know, if he steps up and he starts acting more like a husband, then maybe I could see it through. Why do you want to be somewhere where you're just tolerated? Go where you are appreciated, okay? Girl, like, be so for real. And it's funny too, because earlier on, Casper was telling her friends that he was in a bad way mentally, and because of how he sees himself, he could have been projecting onto, we know this came from Mel, he could have been projecting onto Emma, and that's not fair. And I do think that that projection is not fair. However, whether or not he was in a bad way, he likes what he likes, and Emma doesn't embody what he likes. So I don't know why we're trying to make it seem like, oh, it's because he's just insecure. It's because I'm sure even if he was secure, he likes what he likes. Moving on to the golden couple of the season. Sasha tells Ross that, of course, the physical touch thing has to be played down in front of her dad because he's more traditional and she doesn't want to make him feel uncomfortable. We know that she's a daddy's girl. So, of course, the dad is going to come with a grilling. Baby, the way I was like, ooh, how's this going to go? Like, what kind of questions is he going to ask? Is he really going to, like, lay down the law? No, not really.
I want to see what kind of man he is, basically.
Come on, Emily. Come on. Yes, that's better. 10. No. More. Ross. Fucking killing me.
You mean to tell me all that they could squeeze out of this couple is strength training? Strength training. Be so for real. Like, what? I was like, because, you know, the music is getting intense and they leave the apartment. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how's this going to go? A workout. Which is actually a great thing, honestly. Like, this couple doesn't have any problems, which is Sasha's only problem. She's like, this might be too good to be true, and I don't want to get sold on a dream just for it to come crashing down after the fact. I hear that. But as of right now, like, even the dad didn't have much to say. The mom didn't have much to say. Like, everybody's just chilling. Ross seems to be the guy that he has presented himself to be. And in return, Sasha seems to be the woman that she has presented herself to be. And it just works. It just works. If not for the show, you would think that these two chose each other, how great it's going. Like, it's just... yeah. And he's like, you know, I'm a girl. This is Ross. Ross is like, I'm a girl dad. You know, there's there's a standard that I would uphold because I also have a daughter. I know what that's like. I actually wanted to talk to you about it. I said, oh Lord, this man is good. This man Ross, he's good. So yeah, it's like striking a stone. What's it? Is squeezing blood out of a stone, girl. The point is, the show was trying to make it dramatic. There ain't no drama. These two are actually as great as it seems, apparently. So I would like to see what happens to them throughout the season. They're the ones that we can root for now. And then maybe Kieran and Christina. And then maybe Nathan and Lacey. But outside of that, child, everybody's a train wreck. So in the next episode, as I suspected, Hannah and Steven are gonna clash. You could just tell. As soon as she said, I like to be the boss around here. I like to make the rules. I like to tell people what to do. I said, it's not gonna work. As soon as the man said, oh, she's a better match, I said, well, here we go. So I would like to see what they are arguing about in the next episode. The other two couples are doing great, so good for them. Steven and Hannah, will they even make it to the first dinner party? Who knows? As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.